So last time I was in, we'll say, Puerto Plata. I let two of my friends that I communicate with regularly, that they don't know each other well, but I let each of them know I was in Puerto Plata. And, I was hanging out with one, and we go to a particular bar, and we run into the other, and I didn't realize it, but there was tension between the two of them. And, come to find out, it was really all a big miscommunication. Like two different sets of guys on a different night, were confused over whose spot was whose at the VIP, and who was sharing the bottle, who was paying for what, or what have you. And that's what it all seemed to be about when it was all said and done. But the point is, after a few minutes, when one gave like a real sort of aggressive response to the other over something simple, like, hey bro, could you pass me that plate? I don't want to reach over you. It was like, let's go outside. Not to fight, we're gentlemen, Like, any of you guys want to like talk crazy or want to fight me, I'll tell you this. We'll play dominoes, we'll play chess, checkers. Well, I don't play chess, so you automatically won that. But we'll play dominoes, we'll play spades, we'll shoot pool, we'll go bowling. We'll settle like gentlemen, because we're too old to be talking all that rough and tough stuff. So anyways, they went outside, they just basically realized that it was too many. There was a lot of different confused people in both parties. Alcohol was flying too high. Salud. And that's all it was. After some talking, they shook hands, and it's bygones. So that's what we do. We don't hold the tension. We talk things out like gentlemen. Salud. Rico.toro. From the balcony, from the patio, or whatever you call it out here. I don't know if it's high enough off the ground to call a balcony. But anyways, this is sort of some do's and don'ts about some recent events. Well, this comes down from some recent events, conversations I've had from a few people. Try to make this short and sweet. So, anyways, shout out to Puerto Plata. I'll be in Puerto Plata this weekend for a couple of birthday parties. Shout out to Cortez, his birthday. I don't know what day it is, but I was actually planning on getting away to Puerto Plata this weekend anyways, Saturday, Sunday, just because I like to go there and switch it up anyways. So, should be some nice things popping off there. So, shout out to Cortez, shout out to Real Brother, Taylor Made, Levar, there's Sosua. Hey, he's in Puerto Plata, so I gotta shout him out too. So I'm gonna shout out all of Puerto Plata. Anybody I missed, shout out to you, Puerto Plata. So, basically, if you're on the beach chilling or in a bar or whatever, pay your own bills, pay your own tab. Like, never assume. Like, if we're chilling, or you're chilling with your homies, one of your homies, and you happen to invite some girls over, and your homie, your boy, your man, your partner, he's just drinking a bottle of water for that's a loud bite, 40, 50 pesos. Or a pineapple juice for 70, 80 pesos. Depending on where you're at. And that's all he's having. All right. So, you decide to play, Generous George, Generous Johnny, Generous Gerardo, Rico Suave, Gerardo. Yeah, I took it back there before somebody else said it. So you decide to be that generous dude, you know, and so you're buying rounds of tequila shots or Presidente or Coronas for some of you guys. You know, you're just inviting miscellaneous chicks, you know, to come have a beer or whatever, you know, and the bill comes. Maybe you got a couple shots of Patron in there, even Henny. Maybe you balling. Shout out to you if you are. But when the bill comes, don't look at your boy that all he had was a 80 peso Gatorade or juice or water or whatever. Don't look at him and like, oh, the bill's like 2,000 pesos. Give me 1,000 pesos. Go half. You know, don't do that. Or if it's put on one bill, don't do that. You know, if you the dude that invited the guests, the extras, you know, and nobody else really is indulging in them or that interested in them or whatever. Like, it's one thing if your boy Chucky D decides he's gonna strike up a conversation and he's sort of taking a thing to one of the ladies. You know, it's one thing if he says, you know what, I'll pitch in a little extra to cover, you know, Susie Q's shot of Patron or, you know, Corona or Presidente Light. It won't be Bohemia because that's too cheap. But if he decides he'll throw in a little something because he struck up conversation, a little macadation with her, that's fine. But don't look at him like when the bill comes, like he owes half because you decided to invite some skanks, scallywags, stragglers, etc. to join the table. So, I mean, when in doubt, I always think it's separate checks. You know, ask for that up front. You know, it's a simple word. If you don't know how to say it, it's a simple word. Separada. Like separate, but with a D. Separada. Or they usually understand separate. So, just a little thing, just a little word to the wise. So, salute to you. And, you know, that's that.